G'day guys, James and Ant here, Labour
Hi
and
there.
Wood. So we're going to start doing a series of educational videos on the customisation of cricket bats, how we do things here at Labour and Wood, and cricket bat law in general. Jim, I thought it would be a good starting point to have a little chat about our three different handle options and the features and benefits of all three.
Yep.
So let's start with the standard traditional cane handle.
Yes. So this traditional cane handle is basically you've got your combination of Manal cane through the handle. Then that's combined with a cork rubber compound that then forms the strips down the handle. Now this one's got two, but you can have as many as you like.
Maybe grab them for us, Tobes.
Yeah, you can have as many as you like. You can have 2, 3, 4, but effectively, the combination of between 2 and 3 tends to work the best. And you can see here you've got a version there of one with 2 rubbers, one with 3. Now,
so that would be the ones we actually use it like this, and that would be called a 4-piece cane handle.
Yeah, technically yes, that's right. Yeah, we don't use the multi-laminates because they just tend to break up a lot quicker. You get one piece that's not that good, and then that causes the whole handle to break. So I tend to go for just good quality cane in solid pieces. So that works really well.
And why do we usually recommend a cane handle over one of the other two options?
Okay, well you've effectively breaking it down. You've got 3 different concepts. So your standard cane handle is a bit more forgiving, so it feels a little bit more flexible, and so you actually get a nice performance and everything works well, but it's just slightly less vibration, I suppose, all up. Then you go up to the carbo handle, which we'll explain a little bit about in a minute, but you go to the carbo handle there, that's a little bit more vibration because the handle is much stiffer, but you do get that extra bit of performance because of the extra stiffness.
Understood.
Basically a stiffer handle pushes the ball away from you that little bit faster.
Basically you're losing less performance.
Yeah, you haven't got the whip. You haven't got the whip. And so then you go to the C10. Well, the C10 is more of it's got a very slight counterbalance at the top. It's very marginal, but it's a very slight counterbalance.
Let's go back to the start. The C10, what is it and how do you make it?
So the C10 basically is your, it's a standard cane handle, and then you drill a hole into the top. We then pour resin into the top, and that then soaks through the handle, through the open pores of the handle, and that then creates a slightly stiffer handle as well, but not quite as stiff as the carbo. So you still get the compensation of the vibration, and so it doesn't vibrate anything like the carbo would do. And so it's sort of one of those things that,
so you get it in between there. And does it add a little bit of weight to the top of the handle?
It does add a little bit of weight to the top of the handle, and so hence if you are using a carbo handle, you probably usually, I'd say, add half an ounce to an ounce on top of that.
So just an example, we can see the very top of the handle. The honeycomb structure, what's that there for?
Yeah, so basically that just sort of helps to hold it all together. It stops it cracking, because you do need something in there. If you just put a block of resin in there, with the vibration and movement in a handle, you do tend to get a bit of cracking. So that seems to help just keep it all together. And then basically that it just gives a slightly different feel. So it seems to almost dampen down the vibration a bit. It's a lot of people just say they love the feel of it. It's a really nice handle to use. That saying, the carbo handle also, I mean, we talk about vibration now. I'm talking in very minimal terms. It doesn't vibrate terribly. It doesn't feel horrible. Most people wouldn't even notice the difference, but it's just purely, it does have a slightly different.
The shock mainly comes when the ball's mistimed.
It is, yeah. If you hit it right down on the toe or right up in the slice. So it's one of those things that I think the majority of people that would use the carbo handle would always say they just love the performance they get, so they're not worried about any of that.
So let's move into the carbo handle then. How do you make it?
So effectively the carbo handle, you've got you have a shaft of a carbon tube, carbon and glass fibre, And that then, you can see here, you've got a hole that's drilled into the end of the handle. And so what that does is that'll go down deep into the handle, and then we effectively just then glue the shaft into the handle, so that'll go right down in, and that's glued in place, and then we plug the end of it, so it's hollow inside there. But you've got to plug the end of it, otherwise it sounds terrible. It sort of gives this ring, it just doesn't sound that great. So you plug the end, changes the sound and makes it all good. But the beauty of all these is that all these handles are within the new laws that are being released.
What are the laws in regards to changing a handle?
They're effectively, there's no, the handle needs to be made principally of wood, of cane, rubber and twine. And so you're allowed a percentage for other materials. So it's not. It's effectively something like 95%'s got to be made off all those materials.
So you just change things up a bit.
Yeah, we're just changing that up a bit.
Yeah.
So it's only really tweaking the performance, but it just gives that little bit of extra. And yeah,
fantastic.
So it's just a slightly different concept.
That covers everything nicely. And if you've made it through to the end, I'm sure you've learnt something about our three different handle options. Thank you very much.